Hello!
Good morning.
Welcome to class. We're going to get started right into it today. So let's go ahead and come to somewhere on your mat that you feel you can stand. I would actually do more towards the front actually, because we're going to do some sun salutations right to the start of class today to get the body moving. So as usual, as you find your stance, whatever that may be, close your eyes, find your feet, and just start to tap into wrapping your head around the breath, the body space, a mantra, something that's yours to find your focal point. I suggest playing a little bit more with Ujjayi breathing today, with the whispering breath in the back of the throat. We'll take a few together in a moment just to kind of bring it all home and give us a little bit more of an exercise to feel it coming from the throat. Feel the warmth of the air. Let's go for that. Let's exhale everything out. Try inhaling through your nose, close the pathway just a little bit. And then exhale like you're fogging a mirror out of the mouth. Pull the belly button in at the end of the breath. Hold it there. Inhale through your nose, softening the throat. Exhale through your mouth. Pull the belly button in. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Then from there, let's bring the hands to the heart center, chest, palms to palms. Take another big breath. This time exhale out of the nose. Okay, keep pressing your hands together. You're going to inhale, arms over the head. Exhale, fold over your legs. Give yourself a few moments just to shift your weight. Put weight into the fingertips. Bend the knees a bunch, right? We'll go slow through our first salute before we pick up the pacing a bit. Find a position of knees and hands that you can take your first half lift with. So either shins, thighs, or floor. Inhale, lengthen the spine out. Exhale, drop the head. And let's take it back to plank position. Okay, give yourself a nice long stance. We're going to hold this for a few breaths, so you can do some movements in a circle around the wrists. You can bring the knees down. You could point and flex the feet. You could also find stillness and make that animated breathing extend throughout the whole body. Try not to lose that dynamic of the breath we've already built, right? So low belly pulls in, but full expressive breath through the torso. Okay, take an inhale, pull forward. Exhale, chaturanga halfway or all the way. Back bend to your first up dog or cobra, so it can go low or high. Take an extra breath. And then exhale, down dog. And give yourself a few moments just to shift around it. Shrugging the shoulders out. Playing with the neck. I would always suggest here dipping into some knee bending and seeing how that affects the leverage of the hips lifting out of the shoulders. But also playing with lifting the toes up without necessarily straightening the legs. You can do heels up and then toes up. Let's take a breath, exhale everything out. Inhale, fill it up. And then exhale, empty, empty, empty. Okay, inhale, push the ground away. Exhale, walk, step, or jump to your forward fold, top of the mat. Feet together or separate. Take your half lift. Exhale, hang heavy. Inhale, stand up. And exhale, hands right back to the heart center. Okay, let's roll through these. Push into the center point. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, burst open. Head heavy. Half lift. Exhale, plank pose. We'll go slow through this one. Inhale, slide forward. Exhale, go down. Back bend with your breath in. Take it back to down dog, breath out. Inhale, push the floor away. Exhale, walk, step, or jump, forward fold. Half lift. Exhale, hang heavy. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, hands to heart. Ground through palms, ground through feet. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold down. Halfway lift. Exhale, you can go right to chaturanga or plank, then inhale, then exhale. Back bend with the breath in. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, push the ground away. Exhale, walk, step, or jump. Halfway lift. Hang heavy. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, hands to heart. Keep going. Inhale, arms up. Take up space. Exhale, fold. Half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Back bend, inhale. Down dog on the exhale. Inhale, push the floor away. Exhale, walk, step, or jump. Halfway lift. Exhale, hang. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, hands to the heart. We're going to keep going. Inhale, arms up. Fold, exhale. Halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Chaturanga. You can always skip this part if you're starting to feel it, but you're going to start to move on your own pacing. Pushing the ground away, you progress forward. Half lift. Heavy. Standing up. Grounding in. And again, arms up. Fold down, feel the length. Half lift. Hang heavy, plank pose. Optional chaturanga vinyasa. To down dog. Push the ground away. Begin again, all the way to the front. Half lift. And hang. Stand up. Ground in. Inhale up. Fold it down. So keep moving on your own pacing. Right? See if you can start to get lost in the repetition of the movements and start to notice what else is there. Right? Where do you land in your sun salutation? Right? Where is the you? Where are the in-betweens of the breath? Where does your mind start to go outside of that cycle? And can you stay tuned into it? Right? So you're creating a constant in your meditation. And a pattern you can follow so you can see in what ways do you deviate from it. And you're not fixing the pattern, you're not changing anything about yourself. You're being a witness to yourself in space. Keep it going. Take breaks as you need to. Front line opens, back line opens. Last one. And hold on to that. Now just take a moment. My suggestion to you would be to narrow your stance so feet are together, palms press in, elbows pull open. Lift the toes up. Close your eyes. And try to listen to what you've cultivated. the movement's still happening in its own way. Get the breath to anchor again. Notice where you feel warm. Just be a part of your own experience. Exhale everything out. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Softly open your eyes. Take all 10 fingers together. Release your index finger across your thumbs. Inhale the arms up. Exhale it side bend to the right. Right, so now going from a very cyclical pattern of movement to something that's more sustained. Can you cultivate that movement through the breathing that fills up this shape in a similar way that you filled up your movement through space? So with the breath in, without losing the integrity of your form, lift your chest. With your breath out, extend the position a little bit more. Think about with your exhales, lifting the low belly in, just that slight suctioning back. Nice, take a breath. On your exhale, you're gonna keep going, keep going, keep going, and you're gonna pull all the way around with your hands. Let the palms come back towards more of an unlaced position, and we're gonna take a twist. Pull the chest around. So you may see at this angle for us, our hips might try to go right to left. Try to push the hips to the left as you push the hands together. Resist landing on the arm, right? So you wanna be up a little bit higher in this one. Try to keep that true hands to heart center feeling. Now with that said, we could really get more tuned in to our torso to thighs. If you did want to fold more, which is totally an option, try to get your rib cage to pull down past the knees a little bit more, and then get your armpit across that other knee. And then you could even open up the arms and work from there. So you have a little bit more tactile surface to play with. But again, don't lose the integrity of your legs. Still finding the animation of your breathing even though we're sustaining a position. Come back to the center. All 10 fingers interlaced, stand up. Keep the legs squeezing in. Other side, bend. Now in this one, try to find that wrap that we do in down dog from the arms. So the elbows will wrap in, pushing through the palms. It's okay, I like to lift the side body a little bit more if that space is there. It's not about the tops of the shoulders lifting, it's about the rib cage lifting. And the breath should be available to you, right? So keep finding the access to it. Every inhale, span open. Every exhale, pull back in the belly and animate the movement. If you start to feel loosening at the front of your hands, you may have to pull your arms more forward, then hug it, and then work your arms more back. That's showing you that you're losing the wrap from the armpit side of things, or there might be a little bit of space you have to seek out over time. So keep leaning, go all the way around, pull your arms as far as they can to the front, and then start to unravel to get that twist, palms pressed. So you could keep the 10-finger grip with the index with this, totally up to you. I like the press of just the palms. Again, watch the sway of the hips. You want to keep the spine in line with the pelvis. You'll notice if one hip is sliding forward, if you look at your knees, and that left knee is pulled out, or that knee opposite to where you're twisting. And again, you can always fold more torso to thigh than armpit to knee. Get the hand down, and then the arm up, flying it away. But push the hips more to the right, or the way that your chest is facing. So even more hips to the right, Gavin. Yep. Okay, take a big breath. Exhale to the center, interlock your hands. Inhale, stand up. Exhale to the right. keep going, keep going, keep going. We're gonna side bend. Get to your twist. This time, sink into the heels a little bit more. You're gonna keep the connection of your elbow to your knee. Lift your right heel that's not connected with the arm. Step it back to a lunge. Pull the chest open. Now you can keep the back leg up. You can also drop it down. Similar movement with the flyaway of the arms. Get that armpit to cross the knee and work the chest open. Push the knee into the arm, because now you don't have two knees to squeeze into each other, so this leg needs a little bit more of a reference point other than the ground. And that's what you're giving to it with the upper body. Take another breath in. Exhale, come to the center, step forward, chair pose. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, create a bigger circle sweep of the arms. Find your twist on the other side. Get established first, no rush. Slowly lift that opposing heel. Push the hips a little bit more to the right. Slowly step the leg back. So we're shifting the weight as we twist. You could also come up higher in this too. I didn't say this on the other side, but you could do hands to knee, other arm open. It's a good move for those of you that might be pregnant or just feel like this is too crowded close to the leg. Maybe opening up. Push the knee into the arm into the knee. See if you can get the front toes to lift. Good, take another breath. Come to the center, step forward, stand up, inhale, just reach up this time, maybe back bend, and exhale, fold out of it. Oh. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga Vinyasa as an option. That up dog will feel really nice. Back to down dog. Okay, so pausing there, shift your weight, play with whatever feels good as usual. From here, we're gonna go ahead and lift up. Let's do the right leg first. Now initially, let's play with just bending the standing knee a little bit, trying to keep your hips level. So if you're not sure how to do that, if you flex the top toes to the ground, wherever your toes are pointing when they're flexed, that'll show you where your hip is. So try to make it not turned out, but directly parallel to the floor. Use your hands to lift out of the floor. Point through the toes, inhale. And then exhale, open it up. Bend it, move it. This is a nice time if you want to flip your dog to where you just lean the foot back. You put the heels down and eventually you lift all the way up. It's great for front side opening. Yeah. Especially after all of that chair posing. Good, come all the way back around. Three-legged dog, inhale, stretch the leg up. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Two more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the foot on the thumb side of your right hand. So on the inside of the armpit, we're going to tend to the fingers. Look up with your breath in. Exhale, straighten the front leg as much as it will go without taking the hands down. So you may be in quite a bit of a bend. You could also put blocks underneath your hands if you want more of a straighter leg. If you can keep your hands down and straighten the leg, great. Notice if you're swiveling your right hip forward to do it though. Pull back in the right hip. You'll see it in your ankle, right? A lot of times the foot will show you what's happening in the pelvis. So if you can get all 5 metatarsal or ball of your foot down, like lifting the toes, and no deviation, no sway in the ankle, that'll help you find your pelvis. Play with a little bit more chin out. Good. Exhale. Inhale, sink into your lunge, look up. Exhale. exhale, we're gonna take it to standing split, kick up. So walking your hands forward. You can use a block for this, you can use books, whatever's there, maybe your dog. You can grab around the ankle, you can play with lots of different movements. I suggest trying to let the head go every once in a while, just especially if you're always looking down, the back of the neck never gets a release. Take a big breath. Exhale to a forward fold. Feet together. Take a half lift inhale. Exhale, chair pose. Don't kill me. So we're gonna keep the arms however you want. You can do it like this, you can do it at the hips, you can put them at the heart, keep them by your ears. You're gonna keep weight in your left leg, take your right leg off the ground, and it can be toe tapped very close. Try to keep the bend in your knee consistent, that's standing, no deviation of the knee, and move your right leg around however you want. In a circle, try not to hook it on anything, we're just purely playing with stabilizing with movement in whatever direction, like a little bit more chaotic. Arms are really good for balancing. Notice how much your toes down there might be working for you. Try to keep this bend in the standing leg and breathing. Okay, you're gonna slowly take this top leg, standing split, other side. I always suggest trying to make sure you know what level is in the hips, right? So generally, a lot of us will actually open this way or will sink this way, right? So if you look at your bottom toes, soften the knee a little bit, shift your weight forward and back. You can even take your hand to the standing hip and pull up, and then feel back here for if you're too low on the other side, or if you started to hike up. You can again look at how the toes are pointing, right? Are they flexed and turned out, or flexed and directly pointing to the floor? I mean, you could intentionalize opening, right? It's whether or not you're intentional about it. Okay, take a breath in, look out. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, round. Keep the foot off the ground, if you can. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Now shoot the leg back. Put the foot down. Nice long lunge. Bring the back knee down, untuck the toes if you want a bigger step. And then let's come up to the top of the lunge. So you can lift out of that front foot a little bit if you need to. We want to have a nice stretch for the front of this back leg. Front hip, don't let it slide forward, so everything's nice and structured at the base. From here, let's take the hook of the thumbs. You can reach forward to go up if that feels good. And then we can even side bend this if you want to switch the grip up. You can keep it directly up. Totally up to you. If you need a little bit of support, you can take one hand, probably like this to the waist. Make sure that hip's not lifting, and then work from there. For those of you that have the ability to kind of do what I'm doing right now, sinking down, try to push the floor away a little bit more with that front foot and pull up the low belly. So it's not moving all into the low back. We're trying to isolate more up from that space. For those of you that feel like dropping down is not happening, just try to loosen it. Think about going just into the ground. Use your breath. Last inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down. Now you can take this left leg up and back to a three-legged dog and shake it out for a moment. Optional movement through chaturanga. If you'd like to do ekapada chaturanga one-legged, you can keep the leg up, pull forward to plank, go halfway or all the way to the three legs, put the 2 feet back down for your up dog, and then go back to down dog from there. Breathe. Exhale everything out. Big breath in. And exhale. Inhale, left leg up. Right, bend the standing knee, pull that outer hip up, spread the toes. Try to keep the hips level. Listen to what feels level to you, it doesn't. And then open it up, playing maybe with flipping the dog, bringing that up leg to the ground, and lifting the pelvis. You can eventually take this all the way to wheel by taking this arm all the way to the ground, flipping it, if you feel warm enough. I'm feeling pretty warm. Come back to neutral, lift the leg up, take a breath, exhale, knee to nose. And again, inhale, extend it, exhale, round. Inhale, extend, exhale, knee to nose, shoulders forward, step the foot. Good. Take a moment to get your stance. Nice. Take an inhale, looking up. Exhale, work the front leg as straight as it will go. You can shorten your stance in the back leg or even put the heel down if you need more balance, assistance with balance. Check in too, because we're working on the back line of the leg a lot in the front. We're still empowering it, but are you starting to bring some of that strength into the front of the chest? Like, are you squeezing in to lift up? See if you can push down but spread open at the top as well. Lengthening your chin from your throat can help that. Find an exhale. Inhale, sink down. Looking up, exhale, standing split. Shift onto that left leg. All right, so you've got, you're gonna have two standing splits. So play with things that resonate with you. Balancing, right, stretching. Those of you that have a handstand practice, bend that standing knee, put the hands down. Try not to kick too much or use momentum too much. Try to use the lift of the stomach. Playing with opening one side up if you are trying to work on your half moon. Let the head go, take a breath. Exhale to your forward fold. Soften it. Shift your weight. Okay, take a half lift. And exhale to your pose. So find a position of arms that you feel is going to work for you. It could also shift. We're going to take the left leg, it's switched for you guys, whichever leg you didn't before, off the ground, and just start to move it around. Without changing what this leg is doing, it's going to have to adjust a little bit, but you're going to try to keep the knee tracking in line with the toes. Try to keep this fold you've got. Let the movement kind of shift in ways that are interesting. You might fall. Right? The fall is kind of the interesting part, because you're allowing yourself to take educated risks, but giving your body a chance to figure it out. It requires a lot of trust and a lot of breathing and support of yourself. Keep that bend in the standing leg. Almost there. Take a breath in, standing split, exhale. So the lifted leg just goes up to the ceiling, your torso folds down. Again, take a few moments to play. Inhale, looking out. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Shoot the leg back. Get your stance long enough. It's a lot like plank, it's just one foot in front. Draw the back knee down, untuck the toes. Hips width distance, coming upright. Right, you can stay with this. This might be just enough. If you're feeling like you want a little bit more sweeping movement, hook the thumbs. Inhaling up, back bending. You can take this to a side bend, even flipping the grip, using that bottom arm, hand to hip. That can really help you to get out of this crunchiness that happens there. And then subtle reminders, lift from the front of the belly. Try not to splay open, so you're gonna pull back, and I often think about this front knee, or front heel rather, sliding back. And then you sit with it. What's swirling around? Where does the mind go? Can you keep focusing back in where you are? When you are feeling good, feeling symmetrical, you'll put the hands down and then take the front leg up and back, three-legged dog, shake it loose. You have the option, if you would like to take a Vinyasa Chaturanga or the three-legged one, to relift the leg up, pull forward with level hips, down with three legs. I like to put the leg back down for up dog, unless you're doing some other variation, and then back to down dog. Okay, so pausing there. We are going to flow this. I'm going to do the breath cues as best I can, as articulately as I can as I'm moving. My suggestion to you is to just breathe as you breathe. It does not have to be perfect as usual. I always say that. We're going to try to create fluidity in this and see how it feels. So before we find movement, see if you can start to really capture the breathing, finding that full, well-rounded inhale to exhale. We'll start with just breathing before we go into movement. Exhale everything out. Take a big breath in and exhale completely. Inhale, right leg in here. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, hips up and back. Inhale, sink into your lunge. Exhale, standing split. Take it to your forward fold. Let's take a half lift inhale. Exhale, chair pose. Take an inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, standing split, other side. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, knee to nose. Shoot the leg back, put the hands down. Draw the knee to the floor. Inhale, reach up and out with your arms. Exhale, bring the hands down. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, optional chaturanga variation. Back bend with your breath in. Exhale, back to down dog. Okay, take a break, hold on. Always find space for yourself to center. Let's go on the other side. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale, steps it through. Inhale, prepare, looking up. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Inhale, sink into your lunge. Exhale, standing split. To a forward fold. Half lift with your breath in. Chair pose with your breath out. Inhale, shifting your weight, left leg up. Exhale, standing split, kick it back. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, knee to nose. Shoot the leg back, put the heel or put the knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Take it three-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga variation as an option. Good, guys. Go back to down dog. So we're going to do this again. We're going to keep it nice and slow with each breath cue as we did. Lay down, bud. No, lay down. A lot of weight. Give yourself a moment to shrug up the shoulders, to let the head go. My favorite, stick the tongue out. Blah. Right, loosen up the areas that tend to cultivate tension when we're not being mindful around them. And give yourself space just to feel the flow of the breath. If you skip it, you miss it, you kind of go in a different direction, follow where your body is telling you to go. Let's do it. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, look up. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Inhale, sink it down. Exhale, standing split. To the fold by the bottom of the breath. Halfway lift. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, standing split. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Shoot the leg back, knee down. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands down. Front leg up and back, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga option. Finding down dog. Pausing again. Do the other side, left leg inhale. Exhale to step. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, sink it down. Exhale, standing split to your forward fold. Halfway lift. Chair pose, exhale. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, standing split. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Shoot the leg back. Knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Front leg back, inhale. Exhale, flow it. Down dog. Nice work, you guys. Take the right leg up on your inhale. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, look up. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Pause. From here, you're going to rotate, face the other side of your mat, rotate the toes, and bring the feet in a little bit closer. Okay, so for a few breaths, just wiggle the hips, half lift the chest, let the head go. Take the arms maybe behind the back, do a little shoulder opening. You can use a shirt between the hands, a strap. I would always suggest a little bend in the knee. Play with what feels good. You don't want to just be kind of rounded up like this though, so gift bending the knees helps you stick your butt out more and then fold more. We're going to do our arm swims and see if we can find some space. So from here, you're going to release your arms down. You're just going to cross one arm in front of the other and try to grab your ankles. So I would say shorten the stance and bend your knees more to help yourself get this way. So we'll look like this from the front. I don't know if you can really see that well with my hair. I'll actually keep facing this way. We did this the other day, but we're going to play with it again. So push out into your knees, down into the balls of your feet. You're going to take, let's do the back arm first. You're going to lift up the back arm to the ceiling. Open the chest, try not to let your spine move away from the center line. And then you're going to go around and switch arms. Take the back arm up. Keep that bottom arm connected. Keep the hips level. Switch. Do it again. Swim. And around. Swim. And around. Swim. And around. Swim. And around. Yep, keep going. Think about lifting the low belly and figuring out how to find range of motion in your shoulder chest with that stability of your legs without losing the integrity of your breath. Find movement in your torso from the pelvis. Spinning around from the tail to the head. Do one more round of it. When you are done, let the arms go. Let the legs straighten a little bit if that feels okay. Give your hips a swivel. Head no, no, no. We're going to come all the way back to the front of the mat. Take your back heel down. Get your right knee in front of your hip, right foot in front of your hip. Warrior one. Take the arms up. So from here, take the hands behind your back. Use a strap. Use your hands to hands if you can. You're going to try, make sure your stance too is short enough to your back heel being down is comfortable. I like hips with distance for this variation we're about to do. It gives you more space. You're going to pop your chest up, and then we're going to take that right shoulder. Now I'm going on a diagonal first to get there, but I'm going to swivel back to a more square position on the inside of your knee. You want to have contact eventually where the shoulder's on the inside and the whole torso is fitting there, with enough scoop in your belly and spread of your chest to fold. Doesn't have to be all the way down today. Push the weight into your back foot and think hips to the opposite way of your front leg. Try to lift the toes. Take a breath. Exhale, release the arms, plant the hands, step your leg back to down dog. You can optionally lift the right leg up, do the chaturanga we've been doing, or just hang out in that down dog. Take a moment, move around those spaces. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale, steps it through. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, lift through the front leg. Once you're there, slowly again, rotate. Good, take your hands to your ankles. So this time, we're going to play with a little bit of movement. We'll kind of get to more of the full fruition of the shape after we do Humble Warrior first. But when you have your legs crossed and you're a little bit wider, you're going to pay attention to the front arm, the arm that's on top. From that arm that's on top, the foot that it's holding on to, so I'll actually switch mine, you're going to flip. You're going to turn it to face out. When that foot flips, put a little bit more weight into that foot and see if you can start to kick your back leg straight. Bend the elbow out and pull your torso with it. So you're connecting shoulder to the knee of that leg. Doesn't have to go all the way. Okay, soften back to your neutral position, flip the toes. Let's take an arm swim to switch the arms. You're gonna go up and around. So the other arm should be on top. Let me show you from this angle on this side. Whatever arm is in front, the foot that it's holding on to, flip the foot. Start to shift your weight into that foot, bending that knee, bending that elbow, straightening the other elbow. Push weight into it and see if one day you can look all the way underneath. The shoulder will eventually stay connected, and it may look a little bit crowded right now. Good. Slowly come back to neutral. Relax the arms, relax the legs. Go ahead and flip back to the front of your mat. Put your back heel down. Warrior one with your other leg forward. We're doing left. Do about hips width. Oh, try going a little wider if you can. I would do the left foot this way towards Higby's head. That's, yeah, more. Like take your left foot towards his head more big. Yeah. Take the arms up. Take the hands behind the back. Maybe do the opposing grip. Maybe use a strap. Lift the chest. Fold. Try to go on the inner thigh side of the leg, shoulder to the knee. Try to swivel the hips to the opposite side that you're holding on to. So the front foot is left, you swim to the right with your hips. Push your knee into your shoulder. your shoulder into your knee and try to lift the toes. I like to let my head go, but you might find it more accessible to look down in front of your mat. Good, take another breath. Exhale, bring the hands down, lift the back heel, take your left leg up and back. Go ahead and move through an optional chaturanga flow. And that should not be done if you're feeling like you can't keep the integrity of the structure, the alignment. Head heavy. Okay, bend the knees, look forward. Block, step, or jump to the top of your mat. So let's play with this again, this movement that we did, kind of this compass variation. So I would say if you're feeling a little tighter, you might have to do more of a narrow stance. Maybe like big toes to the edges of your mat. If you have a little bit more mobility, like a forward fold with your arms wide and crossed like that, feels okay, go wider. So when you fold, let's take whatever arm you want in front. I'm gonna do right arm in front, left arm in back, and I'm gonna bend my knees so my armpits and my knees are already very close. Okay, so my right arm is in front. That means my left foot is gonna turn. Okay, so eventually it will turn so that it's completely facing to that left side. My right knee is still somewhat in line with my toes. Keeping my hands on my ankles. This left arm might have to slide up a little bit. If you can keep it down, try your best. Now bend into that left knee. Swivel your armpit underneath you, or your head underneath your armpit. Very slowly. Use the hand against the ankle. Pull. So both your arms and your legs are doing this work. Push weight into your right foot. Yeah, and when you hold it, you can start to wiggle yourself a little bit more underneath eventually. Right, because this connection we're building between that torso space has been working all of class. It's just now we're doing it with different leverage, upside down, arms all twisty. Okay, come all the way back around. Keeping the hands connected. Take that back arm up and switch it to the front. Okay, so whatever arm you didn't do before, the hand that arm in front is holding, or the foot that arm in front is holding, is going to flip. You're going to push weight into that foot. The knee is bending. This bottom arm, back arm is staying connected. It might have to slide up a little bit. Hand the ankle, you bend the elbow out, use your ankle and your hand together. Then eventually you look up. And eventually you'll straighten that bottom leg too, as an option. So you have a lot of, we didn't do this pose today, it would have been a good pose to do for this, but you have a lot of triangle feeling with a complete fold, and a little bit of side angle feeling too. So there's a lot of poses that really connect to this well. Fully twisting open the chest from that space. Try to lift the toes. Last breath. Good, come all the way back around. Bring the feet towards each other, wiggle them in, toe tap, toe tap, toe tap. Shake it out, move around. Let the head go. Take a half lift. Exhale, let's take it to plank. Lower all the way down to the belly. Okay, let's do some back bending. So options. I'm gonna do bow. You could also do rocking horse, which is not lifting the legs, but just lifting the chest if you're wanting a little bit more in fat. And if you're doing bow, you're lifting both ends. You could also just do the hands behind the back grip that we did and just lift the chest that way. You can also, if that's not accessible, just reach the arms back and lift the chest. If you're grabbing the feet, if you have straps and the feet aren't accessible, you can use a strap to get the feet. So there's a lot of options. Okay, go ahead and lift. So try to keep things in line, right? So I'm not letting my shoulders completely pinch behind the back. I'm relaxing that space and isolating the kick to lift the chest through. Try not to go wide. Keep it in. Hips with distance. and figure out how to breathe here. Three, two, release. Look to the right or put your left ear down. Feeling the heartbeat against the ground. The heart creates a space that's very present in its functionality of that moment. So tap into the rhythm of it and the breath that surrounds it. Okay, let's do another one. Chin forward. So you can keep playing with that, whatever we did before, or pick a new pose. Reaching back, grab something, hold on to something, or just reach. And go for it. Kick. If you spread the toes, it does give you an understanding of where the ankles are. And that can help you figure out where your knees are. Hug like you have a block between your knees. So super in line with yourself. Rock forward a little bit more. Release. Look to the other side, rest. Exhale everything out. Big full breath in. Exhale. Gently put your hands underneath the shoulders. Press up to your knees. Take a moment to wiggle, maybe a few cat-cows. You could take the balls of the feet down and just lean back into the toes. Guys, let's come to a seat. We're going to take, let's do bottom leg is left leg. Take the ankle, point it towards the outer hip. If that's uncomfortable, you can do a straight leg. Take the other leg across. Try not to go so across where the foot can't be down. Put the foot down so it's planted like it would be planted if you were standing on it. If that lifts your hip up, you can always sit on a block and go higher, or just try to encourage that space down. You can also move the flesh of your butt out from underneath you, that can help. Let's twist it. So you're gonna either hug or push. Pull yourself around. Again, you kind of notice if you're going across like I am, it's again a kind of knee to armpit connection. It's very thematic. Just different positions that you'll find it in. Different shapes, arrangements. Good, let's switch. So whatever leg's on top, to the other side. Move the butt out of the way, put weight into the foot so it's not just relaxed. You'll notice that pulls the knee more across you. You could always grab the bottom knee, but I don't like to do it if I have to hyperextend my elbow to do it, because then it's not coming from a true place in my shoulder. So if you're gonna get armpit to knee and then eventually hand to knee, just watch how the line of the arm is working with it. One more breath. Go ahead and unravel. So we have about a little less than 5 minutes, 4 minutes left. So if you have anything else you want, go ahead and take it or start to work into your Shavasana. I mean, we didn't really do any hip stretches or anything like that, like more restful yin-like ones, but definitely find things that resonate with you. If you are doing right into Shavasana, dip in. Again, I always suggest setting a timer to meditate a little longer than this, especially if that's something you're working on, and you know, it gives you a little bit more of a boundary around it. You don't need a timer, just go with it. We're not going to pull you out though. I want you to have time to really sink into this. I was going to read a quote, but I don't have it with me right this second, so let's see if I can pull one out of my brain. I like this one. This one's an oldie but a goodie. It's like one of the first ones I heard when I started teaching by some brilliant teachers, repeating it over and over again. Nietzsche said, "There's more wisdom in your body than in your deepest philosophy." So soak that one in. Let's take another big breath as a group. Exhale everything out. Take a full breath in. And exhale. Namaste.
Namaste.